So I gotta ask, this is not a normal profession. When guys are, you know, aspiring to be in the NBA, they'll study people like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. They'll study the greats. If they want to become professional fighters, they'll study people like Muhammad Ali, John Jones, George Foreman, the greats. But this is not a typical profession because just by virtue of what it is, I'm going to be a sniper. It requires you to take life. It is by definition, I'm going to have to do things that most people can't. Who, for a sniper, do you guys sit and do you have your heroes? Do you have people who I've studied this person my entire life? And if that's the case, is it the person with the most kills, or do they possess certain elements about their style and the way they went about doing their job that sticks out to people like you?
Definitely. Like, I didn't have anybody, like you mentioned, let's say basketball. If I wanted to be a basketball player, I would probably study like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. If I wanted to be a boxer, I'd take Mike Tyson, Ali, Frazier, Foreman, even Mayweather, you know. Along those professions, like we have, like, I'm going to be honest, like being the only black guy in the sniper battalion and for a while, like in the entire battalion, and a sniper profession in general, we didn't have anybody as a black guy, to look up to as you would in sports. For me, it was Carlos Hathcock. He was a Marine sniper in Vietnam. And I used to steal video cassette tapes from the library, skip school or get out of school by faking sick, and come home and study his tapes of interviews with him being a sniper and what it was like for him. And that was like my idol. He had, crazy amount of kills, like 93 in Vietnam. But he's not even the guy with the most in Vietnam. His spotter, I think he outdid him by a few dozen. But that was who I looked up to. And it wasn't because of the number of kills. It was the way that he went about it. Like he, in my opinion, is like the godfather of all sniping when it comes to what we do today. He was an excellent stalker. He could stalk. One of his big stories was stalking Vietnamese commander for like 1,000 yards and had to sneak back out after he assassinated him. Stuff like that is what, I took from him and just how he went about it, just his calmness, his collectiveness, and just everything about him, how he describes shooting, of going into this like bubble where nothing else exists. That's how I feel when I shoot. Shut everything off and it's just me and the gun and whatever the thing I'm about to shoot is. And I took those attributes from him, and that's who I looked up to as a sniper. Before going in, studied him as a kid. When I was in the military, I continued to study him. That was my guy, Carlos Hathcock.
Carlos Hathcock.